Jamie Fadden, a woman with disabilities, was taken from PA to Nevada, where she was tied to a signpost and suffocated by her boyfriend. Jamie Fadden was 33 years old when she was murdered by her boyfriend, John Chapman. She was an especially vulnerable person, as she suffered from Vader syndrome and was just over 4 feet tall. Her friends and family described her as being a very loving person and overly trusting. The crime in September of 2019. Chapman drove Jamie from Pennsylvania to Nevada, under the ruse that they would be looking at houses in Las Vegas so that they could live together. He told his own family that the trip was for business purposes. Once in Nevada, he convinced her to take part in a bondage photoshoot in the desert. He used zip ties to bind her to a signpost, covered her mouth and nose with duct tape, and left her to suffocate. Afterwards, he took her clothing and scattered it on the drive back to Pennsylvania. Her body would be found on October 5, and her date of death is estimated to be September 25. Chapman's capture and confession *. Jaime's friends and family became concerned when they had not heard from her, and filed a missing persons report. They had received some Facebook messages from Jaime's account, but believed these came directly from Chapman. Police found Chapman at Fadden's home, as he continued to go there after her death, and is alleged to have even brought a new girlfriend to the home. Inside the house, detectives found Fadden's cell phone, along with zip ties and duct tape. They would also find deleted photos on Chapman's phone of the crime scene. Chapman would quickly confess to murdering Jamie, and admitted that he had prepared a kill kit, which included the zip ties and duct tape used to bind and suffocate her. The motive he gave was to have access to her money. Leading up to the crime Jamie Fadden's Facebook page is currently public, and although there aren't many posts about her personal life on there, the few there are paint a sad portrait. It is clear that family and friends were trying to warn her about John Chapman, and as is sadly the case with many abusive or negative relationships, she was not listening to them. It is clear that Chapman had a strong influence on her, and was driving a wedge between her and her loved ones. There is a very telling post where she announces she will be getting her own bank account that her family wouldn't have access to, which is especially haunting now knowing the motive for her murder. There is also a where she is interviewed by KDKA, a news station out of Pittsburgh, where she is complaining about discrimination. She had not been allowed into a casino without identification. As I stated at the beginning of the post, Jamie had Vader syndrome and appeared much younger than she actually was. I find it very odd that Jamie would not bring identification with her, knowing full well that she would be asked to prove her age. I do not want to outright dismiss her complaint, as I can imagine it's very frustrating for people to constantly mistake you as a child, but I can't help but speculate that this whole thing was orchestrated by John Chapman. In the video, he is described as a male friend that was with her during the incident, and can be seen walking with her. Given what we now know about his character, I think he convinced her to deliberately not show her identification, so that a discrimination lawsuit could be filed for monetary gains. Current news ** Chapman is facing federal murder and kidnapping charges. Court proceedings were delayed by COVID-19, but the most recent news I could find is from June of this year. The trial might finally be happening in May of 2023. Chapman's ex-wife Kelly Murray was interviewed in June, and she gave a disturbing story of finding women's underwear in Ziploc bags in their closet, and speculates that there could be more victims. If true, I hope authorities look into this further, but there doesn't seem to be any more information at this time.